Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. JC here with another video on Action Taimanin. Today we're gonna check an exploit on the exchange facility, but before we start don't forget to leave a like, share and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Also, a big shout out to Gorg, Sato, and also to Distress. They were the ones who showed me this amazing exploit, and we're gonna analyze how it works and what you should take into consideration before you actually try to do it. So, what you're gonna do is that you go to the exchange facility and you're gonna put your 4 UR weapons. When you put 4 UR weapons, we can see it here, you have a chance to get a limited weapon. The limited weapons are only going to be the character limited sets weapons. For example, Clear Ring, Dane's Leaf, ADW Annihilator, Bouquet Sword, only the character packs weapons. Here on the normal pool, on the standard pool, what weapons can you find? There's different categories, and the best thing that we can do is that we can use Shiranui as an example. You can find the character release weapon, you can find the Momochi weapon, you can find the renewal weapon, and you can find the snake weapon. Also, if the character shares weapons with someone else, you're gonna find that weapon too. So, there's not gonna be anything else. If we go down, you're gonna see that there's no more weapons for Shiranui. So, basically, if we go here, we're gonna be able to see the kind of weapons that we can receive from that character. Let's go with someone who has, this one. This is an excellent example, Sue. Sue doesn't share weapons, but she has been in the game for a while and she has received many weapons. So here we have the whole selection, and let's see what you can get and what you cannot get from the exchange facility. You cannot get the character pack weapon, which is from the permanent pack, the one that is always available, this one. The one that has terrible stats and also terrible effects. So, yeah, we are not going to be able to get this one from the exchange facility. Nor can we get the Sakura weapons, the ones that are bought with mileage. These are pretty expensive and they're not going to allow us to get them by chance. You cannot get the PvP weapons. That's a good thing, fortunately. It would be awful if we did. And you cannot get the demonic weapons, or at least they are not listed, just so that you know. You cannot get the Christmas weapons nor the summer weapons. What can you get? You can get the character release, as I mentioned. You can get the snake weapon, the Momochi weapon, the renewal weapon, and the limited weapon. So how do we do the exploit? We go to the facility and we are going to put 4 UR weapons over here, and then you equip the coins instead of going for the dismantling effect. I know the dismantling effect is really good. You get 12 elements of different colors just by doing that. But in exchange for those 12 elements, you can get a chance to get a limited weapon. But we gotta know which is the best way to do this. I didn't know because I thought it was an enhanced chance to get weapons from these characters, but no, it is guaranteed that you get weapons for that character. But I am not sure, and you can let me know in the comments, if you put coins, let's say, for Asagi. Asagi shares weapons with Lina and with Anne Rose. I don't know if she can get weapons from those two, but let's assume the worst so that we can make optimal decisions. So, what are you going to be doing? You put your weapons, you put your coins for the character that you want, and then you're gonna select preferably Francis, Spinel, Saika, Shisui, Sora, Maika. No. I'm checking over here. No, not this one. Yeah, these are the probably the ones that can do the exploit, because all of these do not share weapons. So also all of these do not have a renewal. There's less things to pull from the exchange facility. Also, all of those do not have snake weapons, as you can see. Some of them have demonic weapons, but and VR weapons too, but those do not appear technically from that from the exchange facility. So that's sorry about that. That's something that you should try, because a 1 in 3 chance to get a limited weapon, it's extremely good. Some recommendations: go for aerial. Aerial is an excellent weapon. Also, the golem from Shisui is another great pick. But if you like the other characters, if you like Spinel, Francis, Sora, Micah, you can go for those. Why can't I go, for example, for Shizuru? Because, yes, technically you can. But if we check here, Shizuru has a snake weapon. Oof. That makes that 3 out of 1 out of 3 a 4 out of a 1 out of 4. So you're reducing your chances, and you might get a terrible weapon on top of that. That's why you have to be very picky about which weapons or which characters you're gonna try to get weapons for. Also, let's analyze super quickly which weapons are worth dismantling, because for example, we're gonna start with this family. This is a special family of weapons. There's only weapons for Asagi, Lina, and Anne Rose, Sakura and Hebiko, and Aina and Yukikase. Only those characters have weapons from this family. Murasaki, Rinko, everyone else do not have weapons from this family. These weapons are pretty bad for the most part, but Hebiko and Sakura can exploit this weapon because they do snare the enemy. But Yukikase and Aina, Anne Rose, Asagi, and Lina do not snare the enemy. So you can dismantle this weapon and this weapon. But keep this one. It's my recommendation. I would suggest to get every weapon 5 out of 5 and then try the exploit. But I mean, I know if you're gonna want to use this exploit, you want to do it ASAP before the character gets more weapons into the pool. So at least you need to know how to select the weapon. So from this family, number 36 and 34 are good options. From the Momochi weapons, which are good options? Depends on the character more than the weapon itself, because all the weapons, all the Momochi weapons have the same effect. So the weapons that you want are the weapons of slow characters. For example, Murasaki's Momochi weapon is terrible because Murasaki is slow. She has only one good skill that has a decent amount of multi-hit. If your character has a good amount of multi-hits on their skills and they are fast, then it's good to use the Momochi weapons. For example, Inage Natsu is an excellent character to use a Momochi weapon, so keep that Momochi weapon. Which isn't a good character to use a Momochi weapon? Well, let's see. Who is slow? Who is slow? Well, this is ambiguous, because if you use it with Kirara, it's not the best option. You can, but it's not the best option. But for Eleanor, it's a good option. For Phantasma, it's a good option. So, depends on who you equip it. Let's see. Who is another bad pick for this? A slow character. Ingrid has a good amount of multi-hit with the skills. Nagi, Aina. Spinel for the most part. I would say Spinel is another terrible character for the Momochi weapon. So if you have this, or if you get this, you can just dismantle it. Because Spinel is kind of slow. She can go green, yeah, sure, but is she gonna be your debuffer? Like, you can do better things with the Spinel. So, that's another thing. Also, check your permanent weapons, your character release weapons. For example, Hawiya. Hawiya is a decent weapon. It is very, very good when you're able to crit. And a weapon that is terrible, like pretty bad, is gonna be Lapis Prism. Lapis Prism is going to increase your critical rate on basic attacks. You don't want this. Maybe get one copy just for the skin, and then the rest you just use them on the exchange facility. Another permanent weapon that is pretty bad, if I'm not mistaken, is let me check. It was over here, but I don't remember which was it. Oh yeah, Round Zero. Round Zero is a horrible weapon. It increases the basic attack damage by 40% and speed by 10% for 5 seconds with the active on 5 particles. No, that is terrible. Instead, no, the Momochi weapon is not a great option either. The real game changer is Aerial, so try to get Aerial if you get this. So, basically, what you want to do is evaluate whether or not the weapons that you have are good. And if you think they are not, you can put them on the exchange facility and use the coins. And also be careful, because there's weapons that are very difficult to get and maybe you do not want to dismantle them. There's few exceptions, like this one is kind of okay to dismantle. Keep one for the skin and the rest dismantle, because we have the VR weapon, which gives better effects. And there's also, let's say, the Sakura weapons, the butterfly weapons, which never dismantle. These are magnificent. You want them. Another thing, the PvP weapons. Let's see, do I have? I think I already... No, I have it here. You see this? It is not locked. So, if I go to the exchange facility, I should be able to put that weapon. But guess what? It is not here. You cannot put PvP weapons onto the exchange facility. But you know what you can do? You can put the weapons from the VR shop onto the exchange facility. But please don't do it, guys. These weapons are really, really, really good. And you should try to 5 out of 5 these things. And after that, or before that, you should get crystals so that you awaken all your characters, mirage crystals to awaken all your characters, hammers to make perfect magatamas, and once you finish with everything the VR store has to offer, maybe consider buying those to change them on the exchange facility. But honestly, I have farmed since the beginning of the VR, and I have farmed most of the points, have not finished with everything that is on sale here. So please avoid it. Even though it's possible, I strongly suggest you avoid it. Okay? So, what else? That's kind of it, guys. Just try to prioritize characters who do not share weapons, and who do not have a rework, and who do not have a snake weapon, because that's gonna give you the maximum value, 1 out of 3 to get the limited weapon. Psyche is a great target, Shisui is a great target, Spinel is a great target, who else? Mike is a great target. So yeah, the more things they have, the less chances you have to get these limited weapons. Basically, this is the kind of things that players with a certain amount of time, like let's say 4 months, 6 months into the game, can do. You could do it at the very, very beginning, but trying to reroll, it's very time consuming, and I think it's just better to commit to your account instead of spending a whole week to try to do the rerolls and get a little bit disappointed after not getting what you wanted. So, but you can try it if you want. Anyways, that's about it for today. Let me know in the comments if you have more information on this. This is something that I was told about, and it makes total sense because it is what the effect says, but I haven't been able to try it, and it's still risky. You have more chances not to get the limited weapon than actually getting the limited weapon. But I think that not getting 12 elements is worth a chance to get a limited weapon. But let me know in the comments your opinion. Let me know in the comments what you think, if you have tried this, if you're testing it. And that's it for today, and I'll be seeing you next time. Bye!